So I have a question. I do not know what is going on with TCG players' card conditioning standards. This is the most recent version of their card conditioning standards. If you look at pages, the very last few pages is where all these like they're trying to like measure how bad something is, right? So if you're looking at a bend, all right, let's do the thing that I'm actually a little bit weird about, and that is the scuffing. So like all cards have scuffing on them, and anytime you run a card across a table, it's gonna have some scuffing. So what they're saying right here, scuffing, max allowable area is slight scuffing is 315 millimeters squared. And what they're saying up here, so this is slight, 315 millimeters squared, is a slight scuffing. What we're saying up here, though, is that slight, what are they called? Slight imperfections? Slight imperfections are worth 1 point, meaning that you can have 3 of those before you have to label it as a lightly played. So you can have, as soon as you get to 4 points of scuffing, then you have to call it lightly played, right? Which means that's what this is saying, is that you can have 3 times 315 millimeters squared. Basically, you can have scuffing on about, I don't know how much that is, 18%, about 20% of the card, basically. About 20% if you round up. So that's interesting. But then you go down here, and then they talk about scuffing again, and they mention the area. And this is not an area. This is in millimeters. Millimeters is not an area, but it talks about the area over here. The length of each side of a square area is 4.47 millimeters, which is correct. If you do 4.47 times 4.47, that gives you about 20 square millimeters. But this isn't square millimeters. I don't know why they didn't do the thing in there. So what they're saying here is that you can only have a very small, tiny little area. 4.47 millimeters squared is a slight scuffing imperfection, which is 1 point. But why is that different than what you guys said up here? Just right here, this is 315 millimeters, and this is only 20. This is only 20. So that's where I'm getting confused. Does anybody know what's going on with this? We'll take another look. We'll take a look at, I don't know, what else is on here? Surface wear. So surface wear and fault. So this is 2.5 square millimeters. Surface wear 2.5 millimeters. So that's fine, I guess. That's okay. That lines up 2.5, 10, and 40, and 40. 2.5, 10, 40, and 160. So that doesn't really line up anymore. Interesting. Well, I guess that's your major damage. That's like your damage is more than 40 millimeters. Well, so that's that. Okay. So that's probably fine. What else? Indentation, fault, edge wear, defect, curling, bend. It was really the problem with the areas. So there was like grime too, right? So if you have some grime in your card and it's like 2.5 millimeters squared, is a lightly played slight slight imperfection. So 2.5 for grime. But this is 25 millimeters square millimeters. 5 millimeters on each side. So what is it? Is it that or is it that? And why is this worth 1 point right here, and then this up here, grime 2.5 millimeters squared right here, and that's 1 point also. So I don't know which is wrong. I imagine the bigger one is the right one. But this is, I mean, they just need to fix their document, because this is just confusing. If these are your standards, then it makes me a little bit concerned, because this is not very clear. it just confuses me a little bit more. It would make sense if they labeled him here. If they labeled this is a slight grime. Max allowable area 2.5 millimeters squared for lightly played. I guess. I don't know. I don't know what this is trying to say. How many points is this? Is this 1 point? But 1 point. But if you have grime on it, that means no matter what, it goes to it is not. You can't have a near mint anymore. It has to be labeled as lightly played if it has grime. What else? What else? Let's look at indentation. Indentation 40 millimeters is what we would call a minor imperfection. So 40 millimeters of indentation area, 40 square millimeters. And then if you go up here to indentation up here, it's not even on there. It's lightly played is 4 square millimeters, which is a minor with an asterisk. Cannot show through the other side of the card. Only 4 millimeters squared. Does that mean 4 on each side? But that's still only 16. Because it's millimeters squared. That makes me think that it's not this, because this down here labels it. It says this is the length of each side of a square area. Indentation 6.32. So it would be 4, right? They would say 4 right here, not over here. I don't know. Anyways, thanks for listening to me ramble. If you work for TCG Player, please give me send me an email or something, or send me a message, or leave a comment or something, because this confuses me. So thank you. Okay, bye.